class, Core for Athletes. My name is Dara. Subscribe to the channel for notifications of live class. We have 30 minutes. We're going to get a lot done in 30 minutes. We're going to do some standing yoga warm-up. Use that as just kind of like our mobility to get going. Then we're going to get onto the floor for a series of 3 moves, power abs, core work, and then we're going to finish with some stretching, mobility. Be done, 30 minutes. Let's do this. I'm a physical therapist as well as a yoga teacher and strength and conditioning coach. So I'm always going to try to give you guys some physical therapy cues. Listen to your body, modify as needed, right? This class is for you. Live every week. You can check replays under core class playlist. Subscribe to the channel to get my other core workouts. All right, let's get going. Enough of me talking. Reach to the sky. Take a nice long inhale. I'm just using this first little vinyasa, short, easy yoga warm-up just to get us moving. Just like stretch everything out. Check in with your body. Last breath here. Exhale, forward fold. Hanging out and forward fold. Shake it all out. Knees are nice and soft. Give your lower back a little bit of a stretch here. Nice and gentle. Take one more breath here. Set your intentions for class today. What do you want to get out of class? Some core strength, some flexibility. This is a lot of my stuff I give to my cyclists and my runners, so maybe you just want to get more nimble, limber, stronger for your sport. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back, pull the belly in, abs are engaged. Hold it here for one breath. Hands come down, step back into plank. We do have a couple of planks today, but not too many. I love planks, great way to strengthen your shoulders as well as core. Hold it here, pull the belly in, tuck the chin in for one breath. Exhale, knees down, slowly lower, chaturanga, elbows close to your sides. I do like to give a lot of cues. Form is everything here, right? Inhale, halfway lift, pull the shoulders down your back, open up the chest, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Nice and gentle, little baby cobra. Exhale, back down. Uncurl your toes, downward facing dog, one of my favorites to stretch out the calf and the ankles. I often like this move before I go for a run or a ride. So just pedal those feet out, drive your hips high to the sky, spread your fingers nice and wide, pedal those feet, give your calf and ankles a nice little stretch. We're gonna go through this sequence 2 more times. Drive that booty up way high to the sky. Walk your feet up. Let's do this again, rolling up slowly, 1 vertebrae at a time, supple spine, inhale, reach to the sky. Exhale, forward fold, knees are soft, hanging out, 1 breath here. Maybe a little bit faster, halfway lift, flat back, straighten the knees if you want a stretch in the hammies. Hold it here for 1 breath. Hands come down, step back into plank, strong shoulders, shoulders stacked right over the wrists, not in front. Engage with your core, tuck the chin in. Exhale, lower either knees down or all the way down, chaturanga. Again, great shoulder strength. Uncurl your toes, up dog or cobra. If you want to come even higher, great to get a little bit of a nice back extension. Really extending through that spine. Brace with your abs just a little bit so you're not pinching into that lower back. Exhale, back down. Push yourself back, downward facing dog. We're going to do 1 more round and then we're moving on to the next. Pedal the feet. Calf and ankle stretch, pedal, 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 nice and easy. Drive the hips up high. Walk your feet up, last time through before we move on. Rolling up slowly, head coming up last. Again, I love this little yoga sequence just as a nice way to warm up. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Last time through, guys. Inhale, halfway lift. This is your hip hinge. This is your deadlift. Hands come down, plank. Step it back. Brace with your abs. Exhale, slowly lower. Elbows close to your sides. Great way to also work on your push-ups. Up dog or cobra. Pull the shoulder blades down your back. Engage your lats. Hold it here. Getting ready to move on. Lower. Downward facing dog. Let's hang out in downward dog for a second. So let's just hang out here for a sec. let your heels just drop. And just kind of soak in that stretch. If you're like me, your heels may not touch the ground, but you're definitely feeling a strong calf stretch. I know I am, right? Ooh, feeling it. And just hang out here for a second. We're gonna add a little bit of planks onto this, so I want you to widen your stance. Because when you finish, I want you to be right here, not way far in front. So we're gonna go plank, exhale it, back. Inhale, plank. Now if you wanna add on to this, you're gonna reach that hand to that opposite shin. Get a little bit of obliques engaged here, tap. If you want. You can also just hang out in downward dog. You can also just hang out in child's pose and wait for our next move. This is your class, modify as needed. Give me a little bit of obliques. Before we get into our main set today, we do have some oblique work in our main Power Abs series. We have 3 moves. I will break them all down. I will try to show some modifications for all of them, but this is definitely more advanced, some of the stuff that we're gonna do today. Let's do 2 more like this. 1 more. And then I want you to walk your hands back to your feet, come to the back of your mat, and bring your feet nice and wide. We're gonna walk out into plank. I guess we do have a lot of planks today. If you have shoulder issues, you need to modify, please modify. What I wanna do is I wanna step really nice and wide, the width of the mat, so that I can reach up to the sky. Exhale, come down low, keeping my back flat, so not rounded. So if you have tight hips, you may need to widen your stance. That's why I said width of the mat is probably gonna work. And then I'm gonna walk out into plank. Now I did say that we might do some push-ups today. So what I mean by that is you're gonna walk all the way up, walk out to plank. If you want to add a push-up, do one, just for me. Actually, it's really for you. I would suggest do at least 1 push-up. Right? You don't need to do every single one, but if you are a cyclist or runner, a lot of the people that I work with, probably not doing a ton of upper body. So sneak it in here, right? That's why I like to kind of squeeze in a lot of these planks and push up and type things into my core classes because we need it. Full body strength, right? Not just legs. So we're just gonna walk out just like this. You can add the push-up if you want or not, whatever. Just finishing up with our mobility and our warm-up, and then we're gonna come down onto the mat for abs. We have lower abdominal work, we have glute work, and obliques. That's what's on tap for today. I usually kind of try to give 3 different moves in my little circuit, so we get a little bit of everything. I will show you that next. Let's do 2 more just like this. Should be feeling kind of warm, kind of ready to get into the real core of the series. Last one. And then come down onto the mat once you're done. All right, let's come down. Let's finish our warm-up and our stretches here. Last little stretches, if you want to come into this cat-cow, one of my favorites. I do this almost every class because it just feels amazing to almost everybody. Get that whole spine moving. No matter what's going on with you, this is generally a nice way to stretch. Exhale up, inhale down. All the way up. And let's do a few more here. So we have obliques. And we have some lower abdominals. We're gonna start with the hard ones first. A little bit of a reverse crunch. And then obliques and then glutes. I guess it depends on who you are, whichever one you think is the hardest, but I think the first one's gonna be probably the hardest. 1 more time, cat-cow. And then come onto your back. All right, so reverse crunch, you have options. I'm always trying to give people options. Again, this is not the most easy class, so you have to modify as needed if this still feels too challenging. The meat and potatoes of most of this is pressing that lower back down, engaging with your abs so that when you do these movements away from the body, you're not letting this happen, right? There's no space here. Press it down. So if you remember nothing else, engage, brace. Lifting the head up will help. So I'm gonna show you some options. Level 1 is this. Exhale, squeeze, and then just bring the feet on. Level 2, I'm actually gonna go straight to level 3, is the scoop. So you're lowering. Again, I guess level 2 would be just don't go as low with that scoop, right? I really suggest, so starting now, this is our first exercise. Lift that booty up. Whichever version you're doing, I'm gonna give you a couple of cues. So I want you to, if you're not sure that you're really bracing here, lift your head up. And that's not cheating. That's just really gonna help to ensure that you're keeping that rib cage down and that lower back is pressing down, because when you let that lower back arch, you're putting a lot of strain on your back, and that is not the point of this move. That is the opposite. That's putting stress on your back. We are trying to engage, brace, control, right? Again, the lower that you get, the harder it's gonna be. So that's up to you. We're starting off with a nice long set. Get the hard work done, right? Everything else is gonna seem easy after this. Lower. Again, if you have a big leg, like you're a big guy with a strong meaty leg, this is gonna be harder for you than for me. So just think about what is best for your body. Are you able to brace here, right? That's the whole point, is keeping this contained, controlled, connected, stable. That's our core stability. Exhale, lift. That's also your pelvic floor as you squeeze, pull up and lower. Let's do a few more. These should feel hard. If they're not hard, you're probably not doing them right. 4 more. 3, 2, 1. Whew. Feet down, ankle grabs, coming up into that crunch position. Tuck the chin in. That will reduce stress on the neck. You're going to reach to the outside of that ankle. This is one of those little moves that kind of comes back to haunt you and burn in a good way. That's why I said, well, this one's kind of easier than the first one, but it's not really that much easier. It's still pretty challenging. If this is like making your neck get really tired, first of all, my first cue is tuck the chin in. It's gonna help stabilize your neck better. And then you can also just kind of come here, right? And I'll show some options to this move in round 2. We have 3 rounds, remember? 3 rounds of 3. And just little movements side to side to side, obliques. So first exercise was a little bit about some of that deeper core, pelvic floor, lower abdominals. This is our obliques. And then we have a little bit of glute finishers. And our third round, probably go through this a little bit faster. So this is our longer set. So just getting it all done. And just lean side to side. Breathe, breathe. Again, can you maintain that abdominal control, the bracing, and breathe, which is harder than it sounds like. Keep going. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come down. Glute bridge. I'm going to show you options. I suggest everybody starts with a basic glute bridge. Get that engagement, get that activation. Squeeze with each lift. This should be primarily glute focused. If all you're feeling is your lower back, I need you to redirect that movement and that activation to those glutes. You can also change your foot position closer in or further away. Sometimes that helps. But I also suggest squeeze each time you lift. Arms overhead makes it a little bit harder. If you want to make this more advanced, I'm going to show you an option in a second. Let's do a few more, just like this. And then I'll show you another advanced option, a little bit more core work. 4 more here. 3, 2, 1. Now, if you want to continue with these, you can. If you want to make it harder, hold the glute, elevated bridge, and add the marching. So you have options. If you want to keep going with that basic glute bridge, go for it. If you want to get into this marching bridge, remember, you're still keeping your glutes active, engaged, squeeze, right? Abs bracing, hips level. If you're not sure hips level, bring your hands up here, because I don't want to see this rocking side to side. So that's where that core engagement comes. And this should be like a straight line. I don't want your butt sinking over time either. A lot of little things to think about, right? So we've got this. This is our circuit of 3. We'll come back in with that reverse crunch. 3 rounds. I'll start to cool it down. Be done. And that's class. Few more here. And again, you decide which glute bridge you want to do. 2 more. 1 more. And bring that booty back down. Shake it out a little bit. Reverse crunch, back at it. Arms at your sides. Focus on the exhale. Right, again, if you just want to keep it here, totally fine. If you want to come all the way down, scoop. I do suggest you bring your head up for a few. I have to kind of correct and cue this so many times with my athletes. There should be 0 space here. That lower back glued to the floor. Really press down. Really stable, really connected. Exhale. Use the breath. That diaphragm, that breath is part of that core, right? We want to utilize that to create that stability here. Exhale. And if you have weights or mini bands and you want to add that to the glute bridge, also not a bad option for that glute exercise at the end. Obliques. We have obliques next. We're going to change that ankle grab movement just a little bit. Let's do 4 more here. Exhale. Exhale, 2 more. 1 more. Feet down, shake it out a little bit. Bicycle crunch, come up. Obliques. This is your axis of rotation right here. Legs come up. Support the neck for those bicycles. Giving our neck a little break here. Again, this is really not about yanking on the neck. So just like we do with our ankle grabs, I really want you to think about engaging those deep neck flexors. Tuck that chin in. Support your neck. Push your head back into your hands. Give your neck a little bit of relief. This really should be obliques, right? Not just like straining your neck. Extend the legs long. Get some nice extension, nice rotation, right? Rotate through the spine. That's how we drive power. Whether with our running, our biking, our swimming, our walking, is across the body. Across, opposing arm and leg. 10 more here. 9, 8, speed it up. 7, 6, 5, we have glute bridges next. 4, 3, 2, 1, glute bridge, come back in, not taking a break. No breaks here. We've got 1 more round, we gotta get it all done. Get it all in today. 30 minutes, a lot to cover. If you want to add that marching bridge, add it in now. Holding the hips up high, march. Keep that booty up. Or if you have your weights, you can put them on the hips. Or mini bands, can put them around the thighs. Got lots of options. Squeeze, keep the glutes engaged. Keep the hips high. Arms can go overhead. Again, to make it a little bit more challenging. We've got 1 more round, and then we're kind of starting to cool it down. How about that? Keep those hips up high. Up high. Let's do a few more here. 4 more. 3, 2, 1. Shake it out. Last time. Let's make it our best. Stay focused. Exhale. Reverse. Lower. Breathe. Last round, you guys. Why do we do the core work? Well, if you want just to have stronger abs, maybe more definition. Really, this is about a lot of it for us is for our athletic pursuits, our sports, more stability, more resilience in our spine, more efficiency in our movements, right? The more you are really locked into place here, the more efficient you are with the running, the biking, the swimming, right? Stability. So core strength, core stability, right? So both. Let's do a few more. And then back to those ankle grabs, and then the glute bridges, and then that's about it for the hard stuff. 4, 3, challenge yourself, lift that booty up. 2, 1 more. It's not easy. Exhale, tuck the chin in. Get this position locked in, press the lower back down, rib cage is down, reach. Ankle grabs. I'm definitely not even touching my ankles, but that's what I'm aiming for. Reach. And then we just have our glute bridges. That's it. You can get a lot done in 30 minutes, guys. So if you only have 30 minutes, you can still do a lot of stuff. No excuses, right? Let's do a few more here. And then we have our glute bridges to finish. Last few, burn it out. Breathe, tuck the chin in for 4, 3, 2, 1. Back down, glute bridge, no breaks. Finish up, squeeze. Driving into those heels, really engage that glute, squeeze, lift, lift, lift. And then if you want to add on that marching bridge, hold it at the top and march. Keep those hips level. Keep them high. Glutes engaged. Almost done. Keep going. Squeeze that booty. Almost done, you guys. Finish up strong. We are almost at the good part, the stretching. Most of us just don't do enough of it, right? 4 more. 3, 2, 1. Bring that booty down, turn over onto your stomach. Let's do some lower back quickly before we get into stretching. Opposite arm and legs. Reach, activate, and lower. Let's just slow down the breath a little bit here. Engage that whole posterior chain. Lift opposite arm and leg. Reach, lengthen, elongate, and lower. Mellow. Lift it up, hold, and lower. Lift. This should not feel like it's pinching into that lower back. Think about length. Think about a little bit of ab bracing. Last few here. Just some nice posterior chain, meaning the whole backside of the body is engaged, active, awake. Last few. 2 more here. Lift. 1 more. Perfect. Sit back into child's pose. If you don't like child's pose, it's not comfortable, then you can come onto your back, hug the knees into the chest. If this feels good, then enjoy it. Knees are nice and wide. We're going to stretch, be done. Make sure to subscribe to the channels to get notifications of a live class happening almost every week. Replays often go up under my core class channel. I also have a core strength playlist for these short little snippets of core work you can add on. Hug the knees into the chest, rock them side to side. Give your lower back a nice little massage. This should just feel nice on the lower back. Again, I'm gonna guide you through this little stretch sequence if you have other moves that feel good. Now's your chance to add them in. Lengthen that leg. Hug that right knee into your chest. And roll the ankles and toes around. Just kind of get the feet active, moving. Nice and gentle. Left hand is going to bring that right knee across your body. Again, you're going to find that position that just feels good on you, right? So whether you're trying to get a little bit of like a glute stretch or lower back, it's going to depend on kind of like where you rotate, where your knee goes. Open the left arm out. And the head can go wherever it needs to. Maybe just rock the head side to side. Keep the neck relaxed. And just hold it here. And breathe, slow down the breath. Inhale through the nose, exhale it out through the mouth. And really slow down the breath. Just kind of taking in, like, where am I feeling? What am I feeling? Is anything tight? Does anything need to be stretched? Come back to center, figure 4 stretch. Bring that left knee up. Let that right knee fall out. You can keep it here if you want a deeper stretch reaching through. Roll the shoulders out. Keep them relaxed. Let the head go side to side. Nice and relaxed. Hold it here. Again, any other stretches that you need to do, now is your chance. Should just feel like a nice, good hip stretch, glute stretch on that right side. Last breath here, and then we'll switch sides. And then unwrap that right leg when you're ready. Shake it out. Let all that tension go. Roll the ankles and the toes around again. Just give them some love. Get those feet moving. Bring that knee across your body. Same thing, other side. Find that angle where the knee goes higher. What I don't want is I don't want it just to feel like it's pinching in the front of that hip joint. So you gotta kind of figure out for you where it feels like you're getting a good stretch here. Glute, maybe lower back. Open the left arm out. Again, head can go wherever it feels comfortable, right? Maybe you just want to kind of let it rock side to side. Take out any tension in the neck and shoulders. Focus on that breath. Inhale through the nose. Fill the belly. Exhale it out. Empty the belly, right? Breathing from nice deep abdominals, belly area. Inhale through the nose. Exhale it out. And then come back to center, figure 4 stretch on your back. You can keep it here if you want to reach through for thread the needle. Or pigeon pose, right? You got a lot of options. Or any other stretches or poses that feel good. Happy baby, right? Maybe child's pose again. Maybe just some other stretch that feels good. Now is your chance. This is your class. I am just your guide, giving you some tips. Let's hold it here. Last few breaths. And then we're going to finish out class in seated, and that's it for today. Roll the shoulders out one last time. Just roll those shoulders out. Inhale through the nose, exhale out through the mouth. And then when you're ready, unwrap that left leg. Place both feet onto the floor. Windshield wiper the knees side to side, nice and gentle. Lower back stretch. Last move, we're going to finish up in seated. Roll onto your side. Last little seated stretch, and then that is it for today. Coming into seated, however it feels comfortable for you. You do not need to sit cross-legged. Sit up nice and tall. Let's finish it out. Seated. Inhale, reach. Get some length. Focus on that nice tall spine that we started off with. Lengthen, elongate the spine. Exhale it out one more time, and then that is it for today. Inhale, reach, lengthen. And exhale it out. That's it for today. Thank you guys so much for coming. I will see you next week. Hopefully, subscribe to the channel to get notifications of class, and there will be the core class playlist to check the replays. All right, see you guys later. Till next time.